What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into 5 alternatives to limited edition palettes. So here we go with this again. Yes, I know, but I try to find y'all alternatives to stuff that was limited edition that you can't get anymore, so you don't have to be thinking about it like that Katy Perry song, The One That Got Away. Still one of my all-time favorite Katy Perry songs, by the way, if anyone cares. But let's get started. So I have these two right here. So this really ruby palette from ColourPop was part of a limited edition collection. This is what she looks like on the inside. This is a nice, simple ruby berryish type tone palette. So I figure you could just go ahead and get the, what is this, Berry Bad palette from Elf for $4, and it's the same, you know, color story pretty much. So this one's $4. This one was $10. I think they had it on sale for $6 last time I checked. I don't know if they got rid of this one finally or not, so, but I figured I'd show them side by side just in case anyone was interested. So here's what both of them looks like. As you can see, they're quite similar in tone. And for $4 versus $10, I think I'd go with the $4 because it's not like the quality on these is bad. Everybody has raved about them and told you how wonderful they are. Now, I'm not going to agree with the people who claim that it's just as good as Natasha Denona. I'm not going to get that crazy. We're not. No. It's not. No, it's not. I'm not even gonna pretend on that note and say it is. It is not. But you know, it's good for the price it is, and if you're in a pinch and really need some eyeshadow in emergency, you can go to CVS and grab it, girl, and you know, you won't be disappointed. So next I have the Blueberry Muffin and the Thunder palette from Color Rain, the new one that just came out. So if you all remember, Blueberry Muffin was all the rage the year it came out, and then the year after it came out, the Paris Fling came out, of Paris, yeah, I think it's called Paris Fling, and it was all the rage. But you can't get the Blueberry palette anymore. They still have the Paris Fling on BH Cosmetics website, but you can't get this. I'm sorry, y'all, it's hard to show it because all the reflective foolishness is going. There we go. So that's what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to show you the Thunder palette. I actually just did a review on this one recently. If you're interested in watching, I'll try to remember to link it up above, but this is what it looks like. Now, it's not exact. I'm not saying it's exact, but I feel like it has some similar tones to this palette to where, you know, you can go ahead and, you see what I'm saying? Like, it has the similar blue tones to it, and then those gray tones to it that you don't see in a lot of other blue tone palettes. So it copied it in that regard, but it doesn't have the neutrals that come with the Blueberry Muffin palette, so just keep that in mind. This is more of a monochromatic true to blue with periwinkle grayish type undertones to it, kind of like Blueberry Muffin was, but you're just not going to get the neutrals that come in Blueberry Muffin. Just bear that in mind if you're looking at this palette. But this palette is only $25, and I think that's a great deal for the quality that Colored Rain has, because their quality has gotten back to the way it used to be, not the way it was with the Juicy Boost that everybody talked about. It's so horrible. So I should probably mention that too to make sure. This is not like the Juicy Boost palette. It is different. Next, I have the Juvia's Place I Live I Love Ice palette up against the On Cloud Blue. On Cloud Blue was permanent as far as I know from ColourPop, but the I Live I Love Ice collection from Juvia's Place was limited edition. It was from holiday of 2021, so I'm pretty sure that's part of holiday collection last year, along with the Allure collection that they had that I showed you all in my YouTube shorts. This is what both of them look like side by side. Now, I'm not saying it looks exact, but again, it gives similar tones. Like you have those ashy blues that you have in here. You have those icy shimmers that you have in here. You just get a couple more shades in this one, so you get a couple more options in the blue department when it comes to the ColourPop palette versus the Juvia's Place palette. They both have pressed glitters, unfortunately, yes. But the good thing is about the ColourPop ones is you can pop out the pressed glitter in the middle and put something else there that you would prefer. So you might just be able to buy a single from ColourPop when you buy this palette. Try to catch it on sale for $9, and you should go ahead and get a really good deal. Because I really liked this palette, but y'all know I just live for a blue palette, and I feel like ColourPop does such a great job with blue palettes. So I have to make sure you know that. I showed y'all all the tea and showed you what time it was, girl. But yeah. So you can get On Cloud Blue still. I'm not sure if you can get I Live I Love on their website or not, but since it was limited edition, I want to show you an alternative. So we only got a couple more to go. The next one I have is unfortunately my all-time favorite, one of my all-time favorite palettes from Dominique Cosmetics, the Celestial Storm palette. She got rid of it, but Fantasy Cosmetics came out with the Sorcery palette. So they're actually pretty similar in tone, and I'm about to show you how. So as you can see, the color stories are actually quite similar, if you will. If I just hold this top part up to the other top part, you see it matches pretty well. Or better yet, I can just do like this and see. You cover up those warm tones she has on the bottom and it looks pretty much just about exactly the same. There are more blues and pinks in the Sorcery one than there are in the Celestial Storm. But I feel like overall it's a great alternative to the Celestial Storm, and the price point on this is much cheaper. This one is only $38.99, whereas I feel like the Celestial Storm was like $48, so it's a $10 difference, but you do get 4 more shades in the Celestial Storm. But since you can't get any more, it kind of doesn't matter. But I really love this palette. This is going to be definitely one of my favorite palettes of 2022. Just as a spoiler alert, I really love the color story and the formula and the shimmers that she put into this. They did an excellent job with this palette, and I'm so glad I got my hands on it. As soon as she sneak peeked it and showed it, I was like, yes, give it to me. She actually has a new one coming up now called The Bars. I'm trying to decide if I want to get it or if I want to wait, because I like the palette, but it's more leaning on the warm tone side, and we know I'm not really a warm tone girl, so I'm like, I don't know. The last one I have is the Melt and Beer Juice collab. What is this? This is Recently Deceased up against the Not Normal palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. So they just released their holiday collection too. It's apparently what do you call it? Astrological signs. So it's like the earth, water, fire, and air signs that they made palettes into. So I'm like, oh, okay. We'll see how the quality of those is. I always think it's weird that a Scorpio was an earth sign. I don't know. I expected it to be something else. Now, what sign I expected to be, I don't know. But I didn't expect it to be an earth sign. Anyway, this is what they look like side by side. I know it doesn't have a lot of the bright purples that this one has, but I feel like it still has purples and greens that match up with this palette well enough for you to have an alternative to this palette. Now, it's not going to be exact, of course, because the Melt one is quite purple heavy, but I feel like it's good enough as an alternative. And if you're like me, a purple lover, you probably have other purples in your collection, or you have palettes with other purples. This is just giving you like a deeper purple to put on the outer V, and then more like earthy tones and some greens. So that's what they look like side by side. Again, just trying to get an alternative. That's why I say alternative. I never say that they're exact dupes. I say they are alternatives for a reason. So that's just another alternative. So those are my 5 alternatives to limited edition palettes. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all in diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.